Okay. Hello, everyone. Good morning, somewhere. Good afternoon, somewhere. And good evening, somewhere, to all of the world. Today, I'm going to introduce our proceeding papers, Smart Tourism Cities Competitiveness Index, a conceptual model. I'm a presenter of Chulmo-Ku and my colleague Namo and Hyunhae and Juyeon together. Okay, next. Surprising, this is me. I'm Department Chair of a Smart Tourism Education Platform, Kyunghee University, and Editor-in-Chief, Journal of Smart Tourism, which is newly launched. Okay, my paper is appeared the paper of the year, Smart Tourism, and I'm publishing about smart tourism so far, which those papers are cited very, very well so far. So good. Next. Okay, Jason and I are very good friends. Okay, take a look. Next. Okay, as you know, the global metropolitan city is fastly growing. People are gathering in urban town. And then role of smart technology and global urban cities they are consuming the resource and infrastructure of the city. Look at that, consumed by visitors, consumed by residents together. Next. So every day we use global apps such as Google Maps, Uber, Airbnb. Those apps for visitors? No. Those apps for residents? No. Which those apps are overlapped together and functionally overlapped for those people together. So we have to think about blended place, blended app. Next. So that's why the reason for developing competitiveness index for smart tourism cities. However, smart tourism cities and urban cities tourism is must exist social issues by residents due to tourism. For example, particularly over tourism. Okay, so our paper is needed for embracing smart tourism and smart cities perspective together. Next. So here's a research proposal. We are going to conceptualize smart tourism perspective into smart city as one that are blurred both of residents and tourists. Secondly, we provide index from broad view of smart tourism city competitiveness, which relatively very closely related to resource capability management and policy in urban town, urban city. Next. So, you know, my paper with Uli Gracha and Jiang Xiang and Maria Sigala 2015, we published the concept of smart tourism development, which is the first paper, I guess. It's very good. But problem at that time, we were focusing on technology perspective too much. But these days, I'm thinking about, again, the reconceptualize the concept, smart tourism. 3 dimensions, 3 pillars. First of all, philosophically. The philosophically is a reason like interdisciplinary management, computing, psychology, and geography. Secondly, we have to think about the traveler behavior, which is stimulate the innate human nature, maximize values by automated and intelligent technology. Finally, we have to think about the organizational level, which provide the travel experience at a smart tourism destination and ecosystem. Next. So we have to apply that smart tourism into smart city together. So we have to think about connectivity through ICT and targeting on efficiency, improvement of sustainability, eco-friendliness, and quality of life. Next. So here is a blended model from smart tourism and smart city, and we combine those both sides, and we make a new concept, smart tourism cities, eventually improve the residents' and visitors' quality of life and quality of tourism. Next. So we review the theoretical point, three components of a smart tourism cities. We provide a smart destination, which is attractiveness, sustainability, accessibility, and destination digitalization readiness from European Union 2019. We apply that pillar into our competitiveness index. Okay, next. So, and also we adding the smart tourism ecosystem, which is collaborate partnership with each other, and also smart experience, which is quite very closely related to memorable experience to tourists and residents together. Next. So, like what I addressing so far, we are considering those aspect, component, and new concept into our model and concept model. Left side database, data perspective, which we developed with Uli and Phil together, collecting data, exchange data, processing data. Those perspective providing tourism purpose, attractiveness, sustainability, accessibility, digitalization, and readiness. Those four dimensions interact with tourism context at the same time urban city context. So finally, we lead collaborate partnership with residents, tourists, local community, tourism company, and government together, and we can be able to touch the purpose of tourism context, which are number of tourists, tourism experience, and also we can be able to achieve the purpose of urban city, sustainable growth, and quality of life together. Next. So through this process, we are developing conceptual framework based on literature review and developing index and collecting data, standardization data from 12 cities. There was a test model and a protocol model. And then finally accessing the city competitiveness. Next. So we're using two ways of collecting data. One is survey based and second is hard data. And we are providing 5 sub indices and 18 fillers and 42 indicators. Totally 58 items we used for survey items. The sub indices, look at those 5 variables, and I explained the detail in definitions. Next. So, Smart Tourism City Comparative Index we developed and created like this. We illustrated attractiveness, accessibility, digital readiness, and sustainability, and collaborative partnership. And then there are sub indices together. Next. So let's take a look closely how we developed items. For example, attractiveness. So there are 5 pillars: smart attraction, smart amenity, smart contents, online popularity. And also we developed and using survey questionnaire. For example, number of Google search result extracted from natural heritage resource from Google. There was hard data. And number of Airbnb listing, there's hard data from the SETA. A number of subscriber for video on the official YouTube channel, there's hard data. And ranking on the most Instagram cities, there hard data from Harper. Okay, next. Like this, we developing and collecting data from hard data and survey data. Accessibility, same way. The smart convenience, smart mobility. For example, smart mobility, number of shared bicycle per 1 million. There is hard data. However, we also give our question to tourists, perceive the usefulness of smart mobility. Okay, next. And digital readiness. For example, digital infrastructure, the number of free Wi-Fi hotspots per 1 kilometer, they're hard data. Smart service technology, the number of available digital services, there was a survey data. We self-developed for this. Next. Sustainability as well. We used like a life and tourism environment index, hard data, and tourism creativeness and innovativeness. Number of tourism-related startup companies, their hard data, and city resilience, there's urbanization rate, they hard data. Okay, next. And like a living lab activation, we use the previous study questionnaire, and we conduct this survey to Korea tourism organization and perceived living lab activation. For example, question 1, in city A, cooperation with various stakeholder groups, local government, citizen, society, business, and private organization and expert group. Something like this. We developed questionnaire and then collecting data from people who are work for the cities, the employee of Korea Tourism Organization. Okay, next. So finally, we're collecting data from the Asian country, European country, and American country balancedly, and we're collecting data 12 cities. It's not the standardization model, we're just a testing model, so we're collecting the peculiar cities. Okay, next. So here's the result. But important thing is we're collecting data from survey data and secondary data, hard data. And so important thing is methodologically we normalize the data 1 through 7 scale, align them with the survey result together. Okay. Next. So here's a result. For example, Singapore #1 ranking, Amsterdam #2, New York City is #3, Seoul #4, Barcelona #5, Copenhagen 6, San Francisco 7, London 8, Shanghai 9, Tokyo 10, Bangkok 11, Ho Chi Minh City 12. This is a rank we ranked, and this is the result we are conducting data. But in detail, for example, take a look at the Singapore case here. Accessibility is a rank 3rd, but digitalization readiness is #1. Collaborative partnership #1. Take a look at the New York City. Is attractiveness rank 3, accessibility 1, digitalization readiness #2. Something like this, we categorize and we find the result from the hard data, survey data together. Next. So here's a illustrate we are the result, the rank #1, Singapore. In case of Singapore, the collaboration partnership is very strong and digital readiness. Look at the Copenhagen. They are also doing well, collaborative partnership, sustainability. In case of my hometown, Seoul, collaborate, partnership, sustainability. They are doing great. Okay, next. So here's a discussion part and the implication I am providing to you. Third, #1, we are able to understand the mutual aspect of a smart tourism and urban city as one. That's the Smart Tourism Cities Competitiveness Index. And also we can be able to provide guideline for strengths in competitiveness index, inclusive tourism context and urban cities. Secondly, we can provide conceptual framework, categorize dimensions, and develop the measurement scales for measuring destination of competitiveness related to smart tourism. We call the Smart Tourism Cities Competitiveness Index. Finally, with this index, we can expect to be able to evaluate smart tourism city relatively hard data and subject data. Once again, before we concluding remark, this is just a test model and previous preliminary research. We are going to elaborate the next stage more the generalization. And okay, next. This is all. Thank you very much. I am a member of Smart Tourism Research Center. Please contact me through this email. We are inviting master degree and PhD degree students full-time. We can sponsor their tuition fee and living expense together. Just bring your brain. Thank you.